Hello and welcome to Read the Last Page,
a book club
YAP SESH,
with your two favorite long distance best friends. I'm your host, Dan.
And I'm your host, B. And how are you doing this evening, Dan?
I'm doing good. I'm currently on winter break. We just celebrated Christmas, so I get a nice week between Christmas and New Year's before I have to go back to work. So I've been just trying to fill my time, which has been nice. You'd think every day I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna read. I don't read. Can you believe that? I've had this book sitting next to me, Atmosphere. I'm gonna start it.
Yeah.
I have one more book left that I need to read before the end of the year, so that way I could reach my goal of 35 books this year. And I'm like, yeah, I've got plenty of time. Well, girl, it's the 28th of December.
Right.
We're running out of time. So
right.
I'm hoping to get some reading done today and tomorrow. But
yeah, nice.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. What's up with you, though?
Yeah, good. I kind of, you could say I'm on winter break in a way from the theater that I work at has a break in shows. So I've also been filling my time, hanging out with Seth a lot. We started watching Pretty Little Liars. Oh, we watched Little Women 2019. It was his first time seeing it and he really liked it, and that made me really happy. Just the whole time we were watching it together, I just kept saying to him, I'm so happy right now. I just felt so much joy that we were just watching that together. We were volunteering at a soup kitchen in Lower Manhattan today. Randomest thing ever. Susan Sarandon walks
Girl,
by.
The amount of times you've run into Susan Sarandon in New York.
I know.
You're living my dream.
She was working. She was volunteering there. Which
You're crazy. So lovely.
I know. She was getting done with her shift and leaving, but she walked by, and me and Seth were kind of doing stuff with this other guy, and he was oh, how is your shift? And she's oh, blah, blah, blah. And then she just walked out, and I'm jaw dropped to Seth. And of course Seth's you don't know. But me and this other guy, we were both oh my gosh, and I was gee, it's a really famous actress, to Seth. And, waiting till she actually got out the door. But I was this is so random. Why are me and her always linking in New York?
No, I know. You guys need a kiki together. Literally, that is crazy. I love that. Wait, what a nice story. It's I'm glad you shared that low key, because I just feel she's so low key off the map. I love knowing that she's doing beautiful stuff like that, going to the theater, volunteering at a soup kitchen, minding her own business. My queen.
Yeah, so that was just so random. I was excited to tell you that.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, next time, rule of threes, we're going to get one more time with you and her in a room, and you guys get to link up and be besties together.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Actually, something exciting. Two somethings exciting. So before I came home, visited my family, when I was here in New York, I got together with a few dancers, and I set some choreography on them so that I could have a video of a work in progress to submit to this choreography show in Kansas City, and my piece got picked.
Girl.
Yeah. So,
how exciting.
Yeah. So I'm going to be coming home to Kansas City in February for that. And also, but before that, I have tomorrow night I'm showing the piece. It's a work in progress, and the showing that I'm doing it at is meant to be a work in progress. It's just sort of informal, a chance for choreographers to get to put something in front of an audience, that even if it's not quite finished, just because it's hard to find the time and the space and the money. So I'm doing that with a few girls tomorrow night. And then so I had put this choreography on these 6 amazing dancers, and then I was I'll let you guys know if anything happens. And then this opportunity in New York came up, and I was well, if the thing in Kansas City doesn't work out, at least I'm getting to kind of do something with it. But now I'm also going to get to do do it like in Kansas City, which I applied to this show the year before, and like my piece was not chosen. So I feel like that was kind of brave of me to like submit another thing. And because the first time that I submitted, I had a much more polished work to show them, and I felt like that was like better. And so I felt it was like a little risky when I like sent them this thing. We only had 3 hours in the studio together one day, and it was like this small studio. The video is like from the corner. It's like not that great of a video, but of course you like write what your concept is and explain like, you know, what you're doing and why. And so I'm just like so excited because I've actually performed in this show a few years ago for a friend of mine from college when her piece, one of her works got chosen. So it's like I've performed in it, and then I submitted, didn't get accepted. Now I submitted again, and I am getting to do it. So it's just kind of exciting because I haven't been I feel like getting to do a lot in my dance career. And so that's something. And since I'll be in Kansas City, like my family and stuff will be able to come.
Yeah, so how fun. That's so nice that you get to perform it both in New York and like your home.
Yeah.
Like, that's so great.
Yeah.
Yay.
So yeah.
Well,
that's what's new with me. Thank
That's so
you.
exciting. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I almost like kind of forgot about it. And then like I got the email a couple days ago.
Oh wow, okay.
I was like, oh my gosh, wait, yay. So now I need to book a flight.
Shoot, yeah. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, and it's gonna be kind of tricky because it's like, so I have a lot of the choreography, you know, started and almost done, but it's like I'm gonna use dancers in Kansas City, so I have to come home early enough to have a few rehearsals. You know, I can't just come home the day before. I need to come home like at least a week before, and then I have to try to I really want 6 dancers, and so I've already had like 4 people say yes, but then it's like coordinating everyone's schedule. So luckily for me, when I go home, like my parents already said like I can stay at their house and I won't really be working, so it's like my schedule's free, but everybody else, you know, has their own lives, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Ooh man, that's chaos, but yay. I'm sure it'll all be great. I'm so excited for you. Yay.
Thank you.
All right, well, should we maybe introduce what this episode's gonna be?
Yes.
All right, do you want to explain the topic, since like you kind of picked and pitched it to me? I feel like you would explain it better.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was thinking to wrap up our year of reading for the podcast, for Read the Last Page, that would be fun if we each made a playlist with one song per each book that we read this year. So 12 songs, and kind of open-ended, like it could be any song ever. And I didn't really set parameters, just a song. Like some of mine I feel like it captures the vibe of the book, some of them I feel like it corresponds to like a certain character or a certain situation, just like a song that makes you think of the book in some way.
Yes.
And yeah, so we're gonna share them and what we chose for each book.
Yes.
And then of course we like made the playlists, so we can post the link if anyone wants to listen or just see what music we related to these books. So some of mine are good and like unique, and some of them are kind of silly. So
okay. I tried so hard to be like, because I was so excited by this topic, or like this video idea, but like because I was like, oh my god, and then like I have so many like niche songs I apply to everything, but then I was like, wait, but I want people to like know the songs, you know. So I feel like I picked like kind of popular songs, but like maybe they're like just popular songs that you just wouldn't like necessarily immediately gravitate towards for each book. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Well, let's get into it, I guess.
Okay.
My My hair looks like a rat's nest. Sorry. Oof. Okay. All right.
Okay, so our first book of the year was Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
By Judy Bloom. Yes. And so Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret is a story about I think she's like 12, a 12-year-old girl who like the summer before she goes to middle school, she moves from New York to New Jersey with her family and has to try her best to kind of integrate into the New Jersey middle school as best as she can. And she gets assigned a class project, which she decides she is going to try out a whole bunch of different religions to find whatever one fits her best, because she was raised without any religion. And so it's really a coming age story about her her first year of middle school, and all the friend drama, the family drama, trying to find her identity, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what's the song that you picked, my girl?
I picked You'll Always Find Your Way Back Home from the Hannah Montana movie.
Yes. I love that.
Part of me, like, my first instinct was to pick a song that I thought that Margaret would like.
Yeah.
And so I was looking originally at, like, stuff that was more, like, of the time. But I don't know. I was trying to think of a song that's, like, about always, like, finding yourself or being yourself. And I was just like looking through a whole bunch of my old playlists, and I saw this song and I was listening to it, and I just felt like, I think that if Margaret was around when the Hannah Montana movie came out, I feel like she would like this song. Like I could see her dancing to it in her bedroom. But also, like, it says, like, you can change your hair, you can change your clothes, you can change your style, all that kind of stuff, like, but you'll always find your way back home. And I feel like that's so her, because she's trying to change herself to fit in with the girls, and then she's sort of trying out Christianity and the Jewish faith. Like, she's like, you know, trying these different things, and it's like at the end of the day she's still like her mother and father's daughter, and she's still like who she is at her core. So
yeah,
that's why I chose
beautiful.
that.
I love that. That's such like to me, a crucial coming of age song.
Yeah.
Like, it spoke to me as a 10-year-old. So.
It really did. It really did.
That's so good. Mine, honestly, is so, like, akin to that song, too. I chose Never Grow Up by Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah.
I just think it reminds me of feeling young and being young, and just, like, realizing how quickly everything is going to start changing, and there's, like, kind of nothing you can do about it. And so I remember listening to this when I was young and, like, being so sad and anxious about just the passing of time.
Oh my gosh.
While I was in it, you know what I mean? And so it's like, I think there's so much of it that I see in Margaret. And, like, there's so much change happening, and she's searching so hard for any stability. And unfortunately, like, toward the end of it, there's, like, this real, like, I think the book has a real, like, catharsis for her in a way where, like, you kind of land on everything's changing, and that's beautiful. Like, not so, it is scary, but it's also beautiful. And that's just the feeling I get with this song. And so I don't know, I just felt like it was like, I think Margaret also, if she would for sure be a Taylor Swift girl if she was if she was alive in the 2010s. I feel like she would love this song. So
I love that.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, okay, what a great opener. So our next book of the year was The Wishing Game by, I don't have the author's name.
Meg Schaefer.
Meg Schaefer.
So The Wishing Game, I actually didn't write a description for this one. Let's see if I remember. This is about a young woman who gets invited to a, like, mysterious reclusive island that is owned by this very popular kind of off the map children's author who is so well beloved by her. And she goes there to compete in a bunch of literary games for the chance to win this unpublished manuscript that he has of his next work. And so if she were to win that, it would essentially change her life. And so it's kind of about her competing in these games. That's like the basic answer, I think, of that. That summary of the book.
There's a lot in that book. And if you haven't read that book, If you have read it and you listen to our episode, you remember we had some mixed feelings on this one. I had such trouble finding a song for this one because at first I was trying to think of like a song about wishing, but it's like it's called The Wishing Game, but I don't feel like it's like the vibe isn't really like wishing on a star is not really like the vibe of the book. So anything in that department like just wasn't really pulling up. And for some reason I stumbled across the song My Goody Two Shoes Brother by Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb. And you might be wondering what is the relevance,
right?
But there's a side plot, but it's also sort of a main plot, where the main character has like this childhood trauma basically with her and her sister because of the difference of the way that her parents treated her sister versus her. And it caused a lot of turmoil in her life, and she feels very angry with her sister over these things that happened as a kid, and also like sort of how the parents treated them inequitably, if that's a word. And so this song is Dr. Doofenshmirtz singing like, the favorite of my mother, the one I'd like to smother, is my Goody Two Shoes brother. And I don't know, it sort of just rang true for their situation. So that's what I chose.
A beautiful pick. I'm so excited to see how that fits on the playlist compared to everything else. It's gonna be just this random Russian roulette of a song just sitting on the playlist. I love that. No, it makes sense to me. I like it. I get it. Yeah. All right. So the song I picked, I had so much trouble picking a song for this, just like you. I ultimately ended up going with Vienna by Billy Joel because if you guys listen to our book club episode about this, which honestly I think you should, even if you don't read the book, because again I really like that episode.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
But we had a lot of issues specifically with the main character and the fact that she was our age and felt quite immature but trying to take on a lot and like just move her life quicker than we thought she probably should. And I think this song is such a good reminder for all young people to just like take a deep breath and like you're fine. Like, you know, it starts with like, slow down, you crazy child, you're so ambitious for a juvenile. And it's like, I feel like for her, this is just what I want to say to her. Like, calm down. You've got so much living to do. You do not need to be doing X, Y, and Z to be completely fulfilled and okay in life. Like, just like take a beat. And in another way too, I just think Vienna waits for you. Vienna is like this kind of golden place that like Billy Joel is talking about in this song. Like beauty is out there, like don't worry about it. And I think for her there's so much in here that can be considered like her Vienna. So it's like, you know, I think the island and like her love of this childhood author is like such a Vienna moment for her. Like she's always wanted to go to this place, and like actually visualizing it and being there was like so huge for her. And then also like this dream life that she has is like her Vienna. So I just felt like that probably works for her. And also it's like she needs to listen to the song and take a beat.
I really like that direction that you took with picking the song as like something that the character should like listen to. I love that.
Thank you.
That was a good.
It took me so long to figure out a good one. So yeah, thank you. I'm glad.
So our next book was The Outsiders.
Yes, by S.E. Hinton.
Thank you.
Yes. And so this book is about, we follow two gangs in the 1960s in Oklahoma. And so the main gang that we follow is called the Greasers, which are the less wealthy people in town. And they're constantly being oppressed and belittled by this other gang called the Soshes, who are the richer and more privileged kids. And so the story follows a 14-year-old boy named Ponyboy who is dealing with the recent death of his parents as he enters his teen years. And it's really about him trying to find a place alongside the Greasers and if that's going to fit and work. There's a lot that goes on, but really that's kind of the main the main vibe of that book. So
okay,
do you want to go first?
This really is a jump. It's funny that you said like see the Phineas and Ferb song and
Okay.
what comes next, because the song I chose for The Outsiders is 7 by Taylor Swift.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I was really looking hard at this one because I feel like there's so much in The Outsiders, and there's like so many different things that I feel like I could make just a whole playlist for just the movie or the book. But I chose 7 because to me it's very much about like a friendship. And I kind of was imagining like Pony Boy as the like the narrator of the song, and like most potently the part where it's like, I think your house is haunted, your dad is always mad, and that must be why. I was thinking about him and Johnny Boy. And like also like this song is, you know, written and sung by a woman, and so your natural inclination is to think of like a girl and like two girls being friends. I mean, they're talking about braiding their hair and like playing with dolls, but I feel like that like went well for Pony Boy and Johnny Boy. Wait, Pony Boy and Johnny Boy.
I was trying to remember. I was like, is that a nickname he had?
I feel like they do. Johnny Cake. Johnny Cake.
Yeah.
Pony Boy and Johnny Cake. But I feel like it works well for them both because like they have this sort of innocence still, being like the younger boys in the group, and like and you know this song is talking about being 7, so like, and then also I feel like they're a little more emotional and more, I don't know, like sort of quiet and reserved. And I don't know, I just felt like even though this song has a lot of these like girlhood like images, I still like, I could see the both of them and like their friendship represented in this song, and like the way that they're there for each other in a very boyhood way, but also just like in a like just in a strong friendship way, like no matter boy or girl or what, you know.
Ooh, I love that. We're so like kind of connected already because like I think I chose something that's so similar to what you were just describing. I picked the song Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. And that's a song that, again, I also really ascribe to just like the existence of being a young woman and like maybe growing up and having relationships change. And like, I don't know, it's not like specifically, there's not anything that like 7 is very much, I understand why people will think of it being about two young girl protagonists. Landslide is not like, other than Stevie Nicks being the one who's singing it and who wrote it, like there's not really anything that is like inherently female about it, but but it just feels like, you know, like a female anthem in a way. But but I think it's such a like, it's a song that's like genuinely grappling with like growing up and letting go, and that's what I just feel like The Outsiders is. I just like feel like Pony Boy experiences so much change and like grief and just like growth in his like in just 1 year time. And so I don't know, there's a line in it that says like, I've been afraid of changing because I built my life around you. And every single character I feel like Pony Boy has a real connection with in that book is like like I think that can apply. So yeah, I don't know, I think it's also like Landslide is also about being somebody who gets out, and like Pony Boy, you have this feeling when you're reading the book that he will be one of the rare ones to actually get out of the town and do something huge with his life. And so I just feel like this would be such an anthem for him. So
I love that, and I feel like those are both like, they have sort of a very similar like almost like haunting mellowness, you know.
That's such a good way to say that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow, we're so like kin right now.
Yeah, brains are literally colliding.
All right. Okay, so next book that we have, we read House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. And so this book takes place in this fantastical universe where there are people born with magical abilities. And so we follow a man who works at this agency who inspects households with powerful children and assesses if they are fit for their homes or even for society. And so when he's sent to this foster home with particularly dangerous creatures, more so than he's used to, he starts realizing that his views on the job that he works and the world as he know it starts to change as he gets closer to this family. Yeah. Are these descriptions good?
No, they're good.
I'm trying to distill them as much as possible. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right.
I love it.
What's your song choice?
Mine is Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard by Paul Simon.
Laura, this is like my top 5 song. Like, I love this song.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Tell me why.
So, multiple reasons, actually. I really wanted to pick a song that I felt like I could see them playing on their record player, because they were always, like, getting records and stuff, like vinyls. Yeah. And I just feel like this one, like, just imagine this in the living room while everyone's, like, you know, doing their chores and, like, you know, singing along. I just love.
That's
and
so
then
beautiful. Also,
like, it's about 2 boys. Me, the narrator, sung by a boy, and Julio, getting, you know, they're like getting into trouble. You don't really know exactly what they do, but something where they're kind of running from the law.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know,
just
me and Julio down by the schoolyard. I feel like there's such a young, free-spirited boyishness to it.
Yeah.
And while the song is not particularly romantic, it kind of made me think of our 2 main male protagonists in this one, in this book. And they sort of have, they're like grown men. Are the main characters 30 something, I think, or close
I thought he was
it.
in his like 40s or 50s.
Really?
Actually, I think he was like more middle-aged.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I was definitely thinking that the like foster house owner was, but yeah, so they're more grown, you know, than us. But when they're together, I feel like they bring out the youth in each other.
Yeah.
And they
I love this.
So I don't know, I was like looking through my songs and I came across this one and I was just like listening and I was like, this is just so them, like, at heart. And like, yeah, it's just like, and I just feel like it's fun and upbeat and it feels refreshing and it feels youthful and it also feels like home, you know, like I feel like, because kind of for me, like anything that's in that 60s, 70s, 80s, it's just, it's something about it is so, it's so familiar and home and nostalgic. And that could just be like me, but
no,
and
I
feel like, you know, they found their home in this foster home, you know, so yeah, that's why I picked it.
I love that. That's such a good, like, I would have never picked that in a million years, but I love the way that you described that.
Thank you.
That's great. Okay, wait, I'm so happy about that. My choice, I don't know if you even know this song. So I'm going to just recommend it. But I chose the song Chosen Family by Rina Sawayama.
I don't think I know it.
So it's basically just what it sounds like. It's a song about picking your family.
Yeah.
It's
fave.
like, yeah, it's exactly. It's like, I don't know. It's just like, it makes me feel like so like warm and cozy every time I listen to it. But it's just like essentially saying like, we don't need to be related to relate because we've all experienced similar kinds of pain and like life experiences together or even separately. So it's like we all kind of understand each other well enough that like that is what ties us and it's not so much, you know, a blood relation. I don't know, I just found it to be a really sweet song. The way it sounds really correlates to like how I feel like the book feels in itself. So yeah,
very found family for sure.
For sure.
So I love that. I'm gonna have to listen.
Yeah, well, it'll be on my playlist. So
True. Guys, find them on our Discord or our Patreon and all that kind of stuff.
We'll find a place to put.
We'll be listening.
Okay, cool. All right. Next book that we read is, I'm actually so excited to hear what you're.
Sunrise on the Reaping.
Yeah, Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. So this is kind of hard to explain if you just like haven't read it or understand what the Hunger Games are. It's book 5 in the Hunger Games. Book 5? Yeah, book 5. And so this book follows a character named Haymitch, who was the mentor to Katniss and Peeta, the main characters in the Hunger Games. And so Haymitch originally won his own Hunger Games about 20 years before Katniss and Peeta came into the competition. And so this takes us back and we follow Haymitch's games and see kind of what happened to create the character that we know and love in the original trilogy. Mm-hmm. So yeah, tell me what your pick was for this one.
Okay. I don't think you would. I think this is like going to be surprising.
Okay.
Or like not what you would expect, I guess.
Okay.
I chose Your Father Would Be Proud by Michael Giacchino from Rogue One.
Oh.
It's like a score piece.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, I was trying to find a song for this that wasn't too like on the nose or too obvious or like I don't know. And again, I was just scrolling through all my music on Spotify, and this song, which I love because I love Rogue One and I also love Michael Giacchino like so much, is one of my favorite like score songs to listen to, especially like 7 years ago whenever this movie came out or whatever. But this song, which it's kind of hard to describe until you listen to it, but it's called Your Father Would Be Proud, and it's the music that's playing. Spoilers for Rogue One, but it's like in Rogue One when Jyn and Cassian have like sent the like basically the Death Star plans or whatever to the rebel ships that are out in space, but the planet they're on, it just got like zapped, so they're about to die, and like they're standing on the beach, like basically just waiting for their inevitable death, and they're like hugging each other. And this moment in the movie always moves me very emotionally. I pretty much cry every time. And I feel like this music really complements that moment, and it's called Your Father Would Be Proud because Cassian is telling Jyn, like, all this work that we've done, like, your father would be proud of what you've done. And the thing, and it's going to get to the Hunger Games, or Sunrise on the Reaping here in a minute. The thing about this moment is that always affects me so much is that they don't know if their signal got out, so they don't even know if everything that they've done really made a difference, or if the rebels are gonna all be obliterated in 2 seconds, or if there's hope. They don't know, but they still did what they could in the hopes of something coming up better. And I feel like for Sunrise on the Reaping, because we're reading it as a prequel, and we, assuming you've already read, the Hunger Games trilogy, you know how it ends, and you know the hope that there is at the end of the trilogy. And now we're reading, like, this story that's sort of in the middle of what we know about the Hunger Games timeline, and they're doing all this work, and so many people lose their lives along the way. And you have to feel like a lot of those characters are thinking, like, was it even worth, like, did I even help the cause at all? And it's like this encapsulated thing of, like, you can't always know what you're doing. You can't always know the outcome that will come from what you're doing. But, like, there's greatness in, working for a cause. So anyways, that's just like the feeling that I have for Sunrise on the Reaping as a whole in the context of the Hunger Games world. And so that theme is just, for me, is just very tangible in that song, because that song in Rogue One has that similar
message
moment
and feeling.
So for me, those are like, it gives me that same feeling. So that's why I chose that. Sorry, that was like such a long explanation, but
I think that's so beautiful. I would have never guessed, but like the second you started talking about like the final scene in Rogue One, I was like, oh gosh, yeah, that's so true. Wow, wait, that's great. Unique pick. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so again, I don't know if you know this song, but like it's kind of popular on TikTok, so you might have seen it in like edits. I chose the song Not by Big Thief. It's a song, if you guys know it, like it's like
Maybe.
It's not the
It sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, it's okay. So my thought process for this was, I think there's so many different emotions you can pick from the Hunger Games series. I think a lot of people are like thinking like, if you want to do like The Great War by Taylor Swift, that's kind of like a really good, interesting pick for it. I think because it's like kind of like, wow, we survived that. Right. Or like, I know a lot of people love the song Francesca by Hozier, and it's kind of like that, like that's more of like a heartbreaking, I think, kind of song about like, I do it again to get to where we are. I wanted to pick a song that was like anger because I feel like out of all of the Hunger Games books, this one makes me the angriest just because Haymitch feels so inherently angry at his circumstances throughout it, and I just find it to be a really cathartic, angry song.
Okay.
So I listen to it and I think about being put in a situation where you have like no control and no way out of,
Oh, which is very true of the book.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think it's just like, it's a heartbreaking song, but then it also like fills you with so much like anguish that it's like it's so like it really just is a whole catharsis of a moment. And so I don't know, I think Haymitch as a person would feel this song. So,
I love that.
Yeah, so that's the one I picked.
I like that. I'm gonna have to listen, and because like I feel like anger was a good emotion to pull out of out of this book, because I think sometimes we forget that like anger is not a bad emotion, because it can be very motivating for better change,
So true. Yeah, it's so true. And it's like, especially when it's like reasonable. Like I understand why he's mad, and if he wasn't mad, I'd be like, you gotta be mad. Right. So true. Yeah, I agree. That's such a good point. Okay. Well, let's go on to the next book. Next we read Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner. This is a memoir about a woman whose mother is diagnosed with terminal cancer, and that very short time between her diagnosis and her ultimate death. So this is a story that explores the grief of your a parent passing, and what it's like to have a complicated relationship with maybe that parent who passed, and also how your family can be this real tether to your culture and identity as a person, and how to grapple with that once you kind of lose that tether. So yeah, what song did you pick for this one, Laura?
So I went to my country roots for this one. And I chose The House That Built Me by Miranda Lambert. Which is such a good song if you've ever moved away from your parents. It's about her basically going back to the home that she grew up in, and she says, like, I thought if I could touch this place and feel it, like, this brokenness inside me might heal, because out here I'm someone else, like, and it's sort of there's moments where she talks about her mother, like, mom did this and that, and which I feel like is so relevant for Crying in H Mart, because it's really about her mom and the relationship she had with her mom.
Yeah.
But in a broader sense, this song is like about the house and the home that you like grow up in, and how those emotions, you know, it's painful to go back and realize like how much has changed and different. It's a really good song if you like to be emotional about like your family and change and stuff. And so yeah, I feel like that. Sorry, my roommate is like unpacking stuff. It was I was like, what's going on? Okay. Anyways, so I feel like this song kind of evokes a lot of those emotions that Michelle, that's her name, right?
Yeah.
Was writing about, and sort of the nostalgia, because she's crying at the H Mart because all this stuff reminds her of her mom.
Yeah.
And it's like those things that you had as a kid that were part of your everyday life then can cause sort of pain, like nostalgic pain later in life as an adult.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a bit of a tearjerker song, and I feel like that book is a bit of a tearjerker if you stop and think about your mom, it's just,
right.
So yeah, that's what I chose.
Interesting. I don't think I know that song, but I mean, there's also, I think, a lot of country music that's like weirdly backlogged in my brain.
Yeah.
And so maybe I have heard it, but that sounds so fitting.
Do you know Miranda Lambert at all? Like, do you recognize the name?
Yeah. Like, I've definitely listened to Miranda
yeah.
Lambert songs, but I just like, I wouldn't know a lot of them probably by title alone. So
yeah,
I'll have to listen.
Yeah, see if you know it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, so my song I think is a bit of a stretch, but works in my brain once I really explain it. I picked Writer in the Dark by Lorde. And so I think the act of writing a memoir about the death of your mother is so interesting because it's so personally about somebody losing somebody, but all about you in a way.
Yeah.
It's just, I love that song because I think it works so well for people who understand their place in the, like, who understand that, like, they have to write in order to, like, fully understand something. Like, I truly feel like this is a book that, like, the author had to write in order to fully express and understand the death of her mom. And like, she could not write about it without talking about how much it has impacted her as a person.
Yeah.
And so in a way, it's just like when the song goes, I bet you rue the day you kissed a writer in the dark. It's just like so much ugliness was in this book about their relationship, but in the end, it's actually like so beautiful.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, it had to be that raw and emotional and important to actually make a lasting and relatable impression on the readers, I think. Anyway, I just think there's like so much in there that like actually you can pull that maybe like out of context of what the actual song is saying actually somehow makes sense with the book. So.
Yeah, I feel like I'm thinking about the line like, I am my mother's child, and the way Lorde sings that, like, she sounds almost
anguish.
Like almost anguish is a good word. I was gonna say like upset about it, but that's not quite the right word. But it's like, I'm my mother's child, so and it's like for better or for worse in a way.
Yes,
which I feel like is how Michelle in the book represents a lot of things. Like, there was a lot of anguish, but always a lot of love.
Yes, thank you for saying that, because I was trying my best to really like distill that feeling. And I couldn't put it into words, but that's exactly what I wanted to say. Yes, perfect.
Love.
Okay, so next book that we read, this I also think options are endless for this book. We read The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky.
Yes.
So this is a coming of age story about a young boy's first year in high school and the life-changing relationships that he forms as he is kind of recovering from this suppressed trauma of his best friend and his aunt dying. And so it's about a lot of things, but that is, I think, the best way to really talk about that book. So yeah, what was your pick, Laura?
So my pick for this one was Hands Down by the Greeting Committee, which
it's really good.
Thank you. So the Greeting Committee is actually a band that originated in Kansas City.
Yeah,
and so this was one where I was like, I really wanted to pick a song that fit the vibe of, you always think of like Come On Eileen and stuff,
right,
from the movie,
right.
And so I wanted to pick something that like had the vibe. And so while going through my music, I rediscovered this song, which for me is so quintessentially beginning of high school, which this book is about his first year of high school. And so to me it just like feels very Perks of Being a Wallflower-y. And then also like the lyrics, it's like, the main gist is like, baby, you're the best thing about me, like hands down, you're the best thing about me. And I feel like that's, I could see like Charlie like thinking that about I can't even think of the girl's name. I
almost called her Meg. Sam? Are you talking about Sam?
Sam, yeah. Okay. Like I feel like, in an idealized way, he would like think this song about her.
Right.
And then just in general, their friend group feeling like each other is like the best thing about them is like their friendship. And it just has that feeling of like, to me, like a song that you would like, stand up out of the top of the roof of the car and sing with your friends. And that's so
true. That's so true. That song also, even though it was released in the 2010s, it feels so like there's something about that feels so 90s.
Yeah,
which
it
is
really
like
does.
So Perks.
Yeah.
So I love that. Ooh.
Yeah. So because it has that feel, but then it's also like for anyone that was, in my general circle in Kansas City that was listening to this music as it came out, and it feels very like indie in a way, especially at the time because it's like a new band. So to me, it just like fits the vibe so good.
That's so true. Okay, I love that. Great pick. Okay, so I picked a song again. I don't know if you know this one, but I picked the song "Call Your Mom" by Noah Kahan, and so this is a song that's like, essentially like it's from the perspective of somebody trying to talk someone down from doing something that can't be undone. And so he's basically saying like, don't let this darkness fool you, all lights turned off can be turned on, I'll drive all night, I'll call your mom, like I'll do anything to like stop you from doing something that you'll regret. So the reason why I picked this song was because my absolute favorite relationship in this book is like, I think an unsung really like hero relationship throughout the book and the movie, and it's the relationship between Charlie and his sister Candace.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew
me, I love
it.
sibling dynamic. I just feel like there's something that throughout the whole book they're so siblings where it's like, they're constantly pushing and pulling away from each other, but when there is a real moment where they need something that only a sibling can provide, they are there.
Right.
And I think it's just like they're also the two who, when the other one is in trouble or needs help, they're wearing like their emotions on their sleeves, like in that way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This like that relationship plays so much of a huge part to actually like Charlie's own like help and like journey than I think people give it credit for. And so that's what I just always think of when I think of this book.
I love that.
I felt like this song really like related to that. So yeah, and it's also just so like a sad song, but also a song that's like, if you're in maybe like a sad place, it's a song that I really like to listen to because I'm like, it's hopeful. It's sad hopeful, you know. So
love that.
Okay, cool. So next book that we read is The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember too much about this book. So what I'm gonna say about the plot is that it's a historical fantasy set in the Spanish Golden Age about a young woman with magical powers, and she is entered into a competition to win the king's favor. Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of basically everything that I can say.
Yeah. No, that's good enough.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so this one was kind of tricky for me.
I know, me too.
But what I ended up choosing was Where Did Our Love Go by Soft Cell. So if that doesn't ring a bell, you know the song like Tainted Love?
Yes.
Tainted Love.
Yes.
So like the popular version that's like down, it's like it's sort of synthy, probably made in the 80s.
Right.
A lot of times these songs go together. Tainted Love goes right into Baby, baby, where did our love go? I'm sure you've heard it, but
I'm sure I have too. I just can't think of it right now.
So it's this song. So I was thinking about our two lovers in this book.
Yes.
When trying to find a song, and also so side note, I wanted to pick a song that felt a little creepy, like a little bit haunted.
Yes.
Because
me too.
The magic in this book, I don't know, it feels very dark, not in like an evil way, but just like it feels shady. And so this song, at least to me, this song is in like, it's like a minor key. It's like, I've always loved this song, how it has that like almost like, you know, like sunglasses at night.
Yes.
You know how it has that like, it feels a little dark on the edge.
Yes.
This to me has like a similar feel. So that's part of why I picked it, because I wanted that vibe. And then like they're asking like, you know, where did our love go? Like, you know, and I feel like, you know, the lyrics aren't like exactly 1-to-1 for the book, but it's like, you know, their romance is sort of like the brush of fingertips, and sort of, is it there, is it not? And then without like spoiling too much of like the ending, like there's sort of a cyclicalness, a cycle that they go through at the end. And so it's kind of like every day it's like, where did our love go? It's here again, you know? So I don't know. That was kind of my thinking.
Ooh. Okay, wait. I love that. And you reminded me about this, like, things about this book that I forgot about completely. Okay, that's good. I don't think I know the song off the top of my head, so I'm going to have to listen and see if it jogs any, like, memories. But, cool. Okay, I like that one. So yeah, I for sure, because I said I don't remember a lot about this book, unfortunately. I kind of had to just go off vibes as to like what I remember feeling.
Yeah.
And I just like you, I was trying to kind of do something that had like a darker kind of, more haunted maybe energy. So I picked Foreigner's God by Hosier. And I think this song just kind of, well, all of Hosier's music, low-key, but this song kind of like mixes like the dangerous and like the earthy elements of like the book and like this music, and so I just felt like that kind of correlated well to each other. And I think it kind of does, it can apply to like Lucia and her relationship with Santagno. I don't know how to pronounce that man's name to this day. I'm so sorry. But so him kind of like honing his magic and like him coming from a completely different like time and life than hers, and they have this weird push and pull thing with their relationship where like they have this reluctance to like trust each other or to share anything with each other for a good portion of the book. There's also a lyric that says, she feels no control of her body, she feels no safety in my arms. And I'm like, oh, that feels right to me. About them.
It really does.
Yes. So I don't know, and I just feel too I just love this song.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's so powerful, and like there is, and it's like this like building power thing. And I think too, if you think about the actual magic in the book, that's kind of what it feels like throughout it. Like she's trying to come into full control of her powers, and we really do reach like this kind of head as we go further into the book. And so I don't know, I feel like there's some parallels there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what
that was a cool one. I liked that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay.
So our next book is Summer of Salt by
Katrina Leno. I don't know how to explain this one quickly. It follows two twin sisters who live on this small coastal island, and they come from a long line of magical women in their family, and by the time they reach adulthood, they should discover their own magical power. However, one of the twins, Georgina, has yet to uncover hers, and so she's beginning to worry that she won't have a gift. And this is essentially about like the summer where like a lot of the stability in her life starts to crumble, like her relationship with her sister, kind of like what her future is going to look like. She's like forming this like love story with this person who's visiting the town. I can't explain it well.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's birds, you know. So, but like essentially, that's kind of the vibe there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this is another one that's like maybe a little silly, but I actually feel like it works really well.
Okay.
For the first time in forever, reprise from Frozen.
It's about the sisters.
It's about the sisters and them like not understanding each other and not being willing to like be open and honest with each other to then get, you know, because Elsa, it's like, you know, she hid her powers for her whole life and she never learned how to hone them and control them, and that caused issue. And I feel like some of the problem between the sisters was, you know, something was happening with the one sister, and like she wouldn't come forward to her sister and tell her and be honest, and so they have to kind of not fight it out, but they have to argue and speak it out. And also just like, you know, just in a thematic way, like Elsa has these like magical powers,
right?
Like, the girls like have their, you know, their magical powers, and sort of the mayhem that can happen when that isn't honed in and reined in and fully understood. Yeah, so I feel like it's kind of silly, but I feel like it's there. I feel it makes sense.
It makes sense for sure. And I love that you decided to pick that, because that is, yes, that's good.
Specifically the reprise,
the reprise specifically is so funny. Okay, that's good. I think I chose one that was, because unfortunately, like, this was not one of my favorite books that we read this year, and I wanted to spend as little time low-key thinking about what to pick for this one as possible. So I think I picked something that maybe too on the nose. But I picked August by Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Because, I don't know, it's just like when you think of like a melancholic summer, it's like kind of the go-to song that hops into my head. I think the book is kind of really bittersweet, because it's like our main character is trying, it's just like, are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. Like, she's trying to hold on to a lot of things, but like simultaneously knowing she has to let go. And so I find it to be like the ending of this book ends with like a departure of sorts, like no spoilers, but so I think this song is capturing like the depressing feeling of cutting the string when it hurts, but you know you have to. You know what I mean? And so I don't know, I just like it just felt right to me, vibes wise, and also it's just like a very like seaside song.
Salt air,
like it just, you know, it fit the vibe. So I picked that.
I love that.
Okay, cool, perfect.
It works.
Yep, washing my hands of that book. Okay. All right, so let's see. Next we did I See You Called In Dead by John Kenny. So this is a book about an obituary writer who is fired for accidentally publishing his own fake obituary. And so he begins going to funerals in hopes that it will help himself find meaning again in his life, because he's in quite a standstill time in his life when we meet him. So yeah. What did you pick?
So I chose Cha-Ching, and then in parentheses, Till We Grow Older by Imagine Dragons. This is a deep cut.
Yeah.
This is actually from their first album, Night Visions. Yeah, okay. But it's like it was one of those ones where it was like only if you buy the certain version, you know, like back when Target would have like, I don't know, like you could only get the bonus songs from Target or something.
Okay.
So first of all, I love this song just on a personal note, because when I was, 14 or whatever, and I had this album, this song wasn't on it. So anytime I would like put on like Pandora and it shuffled and it came on, it was like a treat, because I couldn't choose to listen to it on my own until I discovered it was on YouTube. But anyways, it feels like rare to me. But anyways, some of the lyrics are, you gotta live your life while your blood is boiling. These doors won't open while you stand and watch them. And then it's like, so it's very about, it's like we are all living till we grow older. Like, you do this, I'll be this. It's just about like accepting the trials of life, but just be like we're all waiting till we get older, but like right now, like, your blood is boiling, you're alive, like do something now, like,
yeah, okay,
nothing's gonna happen if you just watch the door, you gotta do something.
Right.
And I feel like that's very what our main character is discovering, like there's life to be lived right now. And so I feel like it like captures the heart and the essence of the book. And this song is also like, it's sort of upbeat. It's like lifting. It's like a lifting, and I feel like it's almost like you would like hear it in the back of a movie as we're like watching the character montage through. It's just like, it's one of those songs where it's like it feels like the backdrop to your life in a way. Yeah,
I like that.
I love this song, and I'm an Imagine Dragons girl. Like,
true. Do the Imagine Dragons like fan base, do they have a name that they go by?
I have no idea.
I was gonna say, are you like a dragon head?
I'm sure.
Wait, okay, I love that though. Okay,
I don't know. I don't engage. I just listen to
I don't engage. Yeah, what's that fan base like? I'm intrigued.
No idea.
I'm intrigued.
Because I feel like everyone that I ever talk to is like, who likes Imagine Dragons? I'm like, I don't know, but I do. I don't know who else.
I don't know who else. Yeah, true. I mean, hey, I'll jam to Imagine Dragons.
Yeah. They got some good ones.
Yeah. Okay, so I picked a bit of a somber one, but I chose Funeral by Phoebe Bridgers. And so this is about, so it starts with the line, I'm singing at a funeral tomorrow for a kid a year older than me. And the singer goes on to discuss kind of like her own depression. So there's a line where she says, I'm so blue all the time. That's just how I feel, always have, always will. And then there's a line towards the end of the song where she says, I'm wishing I was someone else, feeling sorry for myself. Then I remember someone's kid is dead. And so it's kind of about feeling so depressed in your own life, and then you're kind of confronted with like actual real horrors outside of that, and like not negating what you're experiencing in your own life, and that not saying that your sadness is not worthy or whatever, but like it's like that feeling of being like slapped in the face with something that like, but how would you respond if this were happening to you? I just feel like it makes sense for this book where it's like the main character Bud is so trapped in his own kind of depression, and he's obviously going to these funerals to kind of find perspective in his life. And so I think one thing I don't know, I think one thing about this song is that it's not very much about like feeling fixed or healed by the end of it, but it's more so about trying to cope with the harshness of life.
Yeah.
And like more than anything, and I know I keep saying this word, but it's like quite cathartic. And I think that this book is quite cathartic in the way where it's like it's not healing the wound, but it's like sometimes it's enough to just kind of like notice and dress the wound.
Yeah, recognize that it's there.
Yeah. And so yeah, and I think like in that way then like both this book and this song kind of give me like such like this like comfort.
Yeah.
Where it's like just the relatability and like knowing that like these feelings are experienced by people outside of like maybe myself or outside of like the song in the book, whatever. It's comforting. So yeah, so I don't know, I just like felt like that this song kind of related to Bud's own story. Yeah, it's also one of like
so like perfect.
Yeah, it's quite a sad song too, so it's like if you're listening to this playlist and you're like, I don't feel like it, just skip. Okay. But it's really good. It's one of my favorite songs. Yeah. Okay, anyway, so that's that.
Yeah, I need to listen because I know some Phoebe Bridgers songs, but
yeah,
I need to know more. So
yeah, I almost chose for Perks. I almost chose Graceland 2.
Yeah,
but I was like, I don't know. I can't put too many Phoebe Bridgers songs on here.
Yeah,
but there is another one. So
oh my gosh,
we'll be getting to another Phoebe song in this list. All right, so next this book we read is The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. So this book is about a woman who was born into a family with a quote unquote curse, where every woman eventually succumbs to some type of madness that no one can really understand or diagnose and figure out. So in an attempt to figure out a kind of cure or cause to all of this, she accidentally stumbles upon kind of like this breadcrumb trail that helps her also uncover the disappearance of her mother and kind of how much is linked together in her life in that way. So yeah, what did you pick, Laura? So
my jaw dropped earlier because when you said a Hozier song, because I chose a Hozier song.
Oh my god, okay.
So I chose Someone New by Hozier for this one.
That's good.
And I feel like there's, and without giving a lot away in this book, there's a cyclicalness to this book. There's a cycle of things.
Yes.
And he's saying like, I fall in love every day with someone new, and I feel like there's a sense of these women becoming new but choosing love in their life. And also I just think like right at the very beginning, like, you knew who I was with every step that I ran to you. It kind of made me think about like, June going to that new place for the first time and, not really knowing this man, but also knowing this man, and he knows her even though he doesn't really know her. It makes sense if you read the book. I just don't want to I don't want to spoil because it's a really good book and I really recommend. And I just feel like there's just like this, I fall in love every day with someone new, talk with every stranger, love with every stranger, the stranger the better. And I don't know, I feel like I don't need to say much more.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense to me. I love that pick. I think
Thank
that
you.
works so well. Okay, so the song I chose was Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper.
Wait, this might be our biggest joint slay, was this book and these songs.
That's so true. Yeah, so okay. This book, again, without giving too much away, relies a lot on time, and timelines just play a whole lot into the actual story. And so I just felt like specifically this book was so important for just the women in this book. And it's like they all kind of are in this they're all so entangled in each other's lives in ways that I think is hard to explain if you haven't read the book, but like
Yeah.
if you read it, you get it. So I kind of just like love the line, like, if you're lost, you can look and you will find me time after time.
Wait, that's like a thesis moment. That's so good.
Thank you. This is the first song I picked out of all of these, and I was like, wait. I was like,
That's good.
Thank you. Yeah, I just feel like it fits kind of like June's whole character arc, really, where she starts and where she ends, and also just like how crucial it is for every woman in this book and their relationship with each other. Like, it is really just like this web of sorts. And so yeah, it just feels right to me.
I
But
love, literally, I love. That's so good.
Thank you. Wait, I'm so happy. That is so true. That was really a real good joint slam of ours. Okay, cool.
So good.
Okay, so next is our final book that we read this year, other than the book we're currently reading, which will be, for 2026. But the last book we read was The Mercury 13 by Martha Ackman, and this is a true account of the 13 women, a part of a research study in the 1960s called the Mercury 13, that aimed to prove that women were capable of spaceflight. And yeah, really good nonfiction book. You guys should read it. B, what was the song that you picked for this?
So before I say the song, I just want to say that you just described that so succinctly, and I'm just thinking about our episode where I was trying to give the synopsis, and I was like, so they like go and they like take these tests.
No, okay, actually it's so hard for me to like really distill and like get just like the general essence of a book down. So I totally get it. I feel like I'm always so bad. I was trying so hard when I was like,
but that was so good. I'm like, wow, that was like, why was I like butchering the words so much, and it could have been so simple.
That is so funny.
Okay, so this one I was like not exactly sure where I wanted to go with this, since it's like it's nonfiction, and I didn't really know if like, yeah, so anyways, but I just decided, I was like, I want to find a song that's like about space in some way. And so I chose the song Fly Me to the Moon. But specifically by this artist named Ray, capital in all caps RAYE. Because I was like, Fly Me to the Moon, like the original is like Frank Sinatra, and I'm pretty sure he's the original. There's all these like versions of men singing it, and I was like, you know what, I want to find one of a woman singing it, because like the women also want to be flown to the moon, and I just feel like, the lyrics don't necessarily mean much in relation to like the actual women's lives, besides for just the title about like, go to the moon, and they're doing these studies to prove that they could fly to the moon, or go in space, really. And yeah, so I just wanted to choose like that essence with the title, but specifically with a woman singing it as opposed to a man.
I love that. I'm gonna have to listen to that version. I don't think I've ever heard it. I was also trying to do something where I was like, we can do space, but then I couldn't think of any good space songs. Like, I wanted to do like Starman by like David Bowie, but I was like, I don't know. I thought about like Major Tom, but I was like, no. So anyway, I decided to go with one that's not really about space, but more so about like the feeling of like how like low-key sad the story actually is, because it's a true story about how these women didn't actually get to experience space flight, because it was just like something that was too, like, they were ahead of their time, unfortunately. So I chose the song Sidelines by Phoebe Bridgers, which I don't know if you know that song, but it's like, watching the world from the sidelines, had nothing to prove till you came into my life, gave me something to lose. So it's not the cleanest fit, because it is a love song about like feeling like you're finding somebody who actually makes all the scary things less scary. But I think you can also take it as a song that's like about finding ambition for things in your life that make it feel worthwhile, that you didn't realize like you could have ambition for. And so like this book really is like about like the man who like who set up this research study, like really like picking and like creating real ambition, I think, like showing these women that they can maybe achieve something that like they would never have thought of being able to. And so, yeah, I just think that the stories could be about that, but also, you know, constantly being pushed to the back. Like, unfortunately, the women just like weren't allowed to feel fully validated in their ambitions and their talents. So they're constantly like, you know, undermined and not looked at or able to kind of really experience what they work so hard to. But like, you know, I think hand in hand it could be about like both like the greatness of being able to dream and then like the sadness of like not being able to achieve that. So I don't know, I just feel like it's a two-hander there, but it fit for me in the moment.
I like it.
I picked that.
Yeah, I feel like we had to be a little more creative with that one, so I like that.
Cool, thank you. Okay,
yeah,
great. Yay! Wait, that was so fun.
So there's our playlist. I'm so excited to listen.
I know, I'm so excited to listen to yours too. I wonder, I haven't even put it together yet, so I'm wondering how cohesive this is ultimately going to be.
Mine is like on Spotify, and just like looking at it, I'm like, we're really going a lot of places,
roller coaster. No, I love that though. It's unique. Only a playlist that you could put together.
Right. True. You literally like to go from Phineas and Ferb to Taylor Swift to like Imagine Dragons. Like what are we doing?
She's going everywhere. I love that.
That's just me.
That's just me.
Literally. Yeah, so happy end of 2025 and happy start of 2026.
Yes.
Plan to do another YAP sesh where we're gonna dive into our whole 2025 year of reading with like our favorites and you know, which characters we loved and all that kind of stuff. So that's incoming, but during the holidays we wanted to do one that was just a little more like quick and fun and, you know.
yes so thank you guys everybody for like a very beautiful 2025. We're creating a little tiny family here, but we love them. And so thank you for all your support. If you've read any of these books alongside us, much appreciated. Again, let us know if you have any hot takes, any songs that you think apply to any of these books that we've read.
Thank you everyone for listening to Read the Last Page for however much of 2025 you were here with us. We appreciate it all. Our music and illustrations were created by the talented Sage Timothy.
If you don't know our schedule yet, we host a book club episode once a month. This month we are reading Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So if you want to join us for our spoiler-filled discussion of that book, make sure you pick it up if you haven't already. And you can look out for that episode the first Friday of January, potentially. Sometime in January.
Give or take once the year starts, and then we'll get back on our regular schedule.
We're trying.
Before we get to the last page, though, we want to say thank you for listening. You can find us on your podcast platform of choice, or if you'd rather watch your podcast, you can find us on YouTube at Read the Last Page. And we're on TikTok, Instagram, Patreon, and Discord. And you can email us at readthelastpagebookclub@gmail.com. And for now, we want to say bye from B
and Dan.
Bye.